This is Amber, the terrier corgi mix that Rosemarie Kaupp brought home as a 3-week-old puppy more than 20 years ago. She became the family dog at a critical time. Kaupp's son Chris was just turning 13, and her husband Fred was beginning a steady decline from diabetes. Amber would bring joy and faithful companionship to all of their lives.
This is Amber being her faithful, loyal self, sitting on the stair landing in the house so she can see out the window and everything that's going on. It's a good perch from the house and protecting everything. Here she is relaxing in her bed. She used to sleep in her bed, and I would sit in the chair and the sofa next to her right. And this is Amber being a good sport at Christmas. You can see.
In 1999, at only 23, Chris died from a gunshot wound under questionable circumstances. 6 weeks later, Fred would pass away. Amber was all Kaupp had left. The dog would become among her greatest inspirations as she began her journey through grief and healing. It was Amber who inspired the longtime nurse to start a second career as a children's author with the Amberella Tales, a series based on her beloved pet.
The idea just came to me to write a book about Amber, and I thought, well, I need to cover her whole life. So I started out, the first book is her puppy year, and all the things that she has to adjust to coming from the country to the city. And the second book, after she had met Prince in a reading school, the first book, she and Prince at the end of the first book decide to get married. So in the second book, we have her marriage to Prince. They had a very fairy tale wedding, and then they proceed to have 4 puppies: Hoover, Scout, Reed, and Reese. And they're all very individual in their personalities, and they're not really interested in obedience school. They seem to have bigger ideas. And I dedicated the first book to Chris, and it brought me a tremendous peace to have a way to memorialize him, and another step on the journey through grief to memorialize life as opposed to thinking about his death.